Hello, hello. I don't know if anyone's watching. I'm just popping on at a random time. It's taken me this long to get around to completing the cards I was wanting to do for Friday night's live. So I've got that there for a reason. I just wanted to, I'm not going to make this one today. I'll just take that away because it takes away from this. Just wondering if, I've showed a few of you that have called in. This beautiful, you may miss this beautiful embossing folder that's in the new catalogue called Dandelions. It's just so gorgeous. I've just made this little tag. All I've done this is, I probably should have used thick Whisper White, but I have spritzed it with some Frost White, so it's probably a little bit flimsy because of that. That was my first go. I just had to try, and I've sponged it with the new Jade, what's it called? Just Jade, and just got the little greeting there, and it is just so gorgeous. You would just be blown away when you see how that, well, I'll show you on a bigger, but probably might not be able to see it that well on the screen. Let me just see, I've got a few of them here. I actually might show you the rest, but I don't know how they're going to show up on the white, with the white, because I've used the Whisper White, and of course I can find every one except the Dandelions one, but it's here somewhere. Here we go. So there it is in the full. Can we see that properly? Is anyone here? I don't think anyone's here, are they? Let's see if anyone's watching. I think I might be here on my own. Close that. Oops. Close that. Close that. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know if anyone's here, but you may be able to see that, or if I bring it up to the camera. So that's how the full one goes. This one's, you'll have to look up the names. I'm sorry, because I can't remember all them. That one's a diamondy sort of one. This one comes in there's two smaller folders in together. Beautiful leaves and a beautiful vine kind of thing. These two are probably my next favourite after the dandelion. You get the leaves down the side and you get the leaves with the butterflies on that one. You might have to hold it up to the camera a bit more. And this one's another favourite. I've got too many favourites, haven't I? It goes with the whale bundle, but you don't have to buy it as a bundle. If you don't wish to, you can just buy the embossing folder if you love it. So that's just one thing I wanted to show you. I was just thinking a couple more people might jump on before I actually start. And there's a few things I forgot to show at my launch day. I did all this work and then I didn't get to show you guys. I will put photos up of these. So this is the Tasteful labels. They're all the dies that you get when you cut out of there. It's just interesting to see them all cut out, isn't it? Rather than just on that. They're the stamps and the dies that match the Beautiful World one. So this just a little embossing, some words. This cuts out like a little decoration kind of thing. And this one's the Celebrate Sunflowers one. So it's the stamps and the dies that you get with that. I particularly love these little stick things and the leaves. Beautiful. And this one is the Forever Fern. So they're all the stamps and that's a, what's that word again? A dimensional, oh, I always forget the word, I should write it down. If Jeanette was on, she'd help me with that. Yeah, you know what I mean. A distinctive, that's the word, distinctive stamps. Yeah, and there's you can see that one matches that. These two don't have matching stamps, but these ones do. That one would match that one matches that one, and etc. And this one is the Blossoms one. That's the one that's got the large flower. You can see those two, and it's got, don't forget, it's got all those little flowers as well. And it's also got some leaves and little bits and pieces here. It's got wonderful greetings in there, like ones that you would use all the time. Get well, thinking of you, and happy birthday would be my favourites out of there. And this one's the Birds and Branches one. There's all the stamps. You get this branch here, you get this decorative border here. That's the one that's punches out the nest, die cuts the nest. You get these little birds that die cut as well. The wreath kind of thing actually doesn't actually, if I can explain it, will leave, that's, say that's your piece of cardstock, that's how it will go. It doesn't, you can get a circle framelit and cut around it so you've got the wreath, but I just wanted to point out that it doesn't actually cut the wreath and the outside bit, because we have got frameless that will do that. And it's got little flowers, see that one cuts out the little flower as well. So, and little legs to put on the birds, eggs as well. So I just wanted to point that out, and I will take photos. I haven't taken the photos yet. I will take photos and put them up on my blog for you to see. Okay, so today's samples. I'll just pop them over there. So I'm done with them. Now, we need to make more use, or I do, of our catalogue. We have got some, it's a wonderful resource for our creative juices. Like I'm casing this one, but I've taken out the yellow. I'm not a yellow person. I've taken out the yellow. I've done this one in a different colour. I wasn't even looking. I was looking at the samples to see how they'd done this other particular card. And what took my eye is that with both of these, they have used the postage stamp punch. So you've punched the edges off that one, and they've actually made the greeting a little bit smaller. And I know we all love our punches. It comes in a bundle, so that's the stamp set. I'm not going to use the stamp set today. Let's pop that over there. I'm just going to use the punch. So don't forget to just go back and refer to the catalogue, because it is wonderful. Going to close that one. Yeah, if I've got anyone there, I can't see you. I'm not sure. Okay. Alrighty. Now I've actually done this one upside down to what I wanted to do it, so I'm going to do it up that, not that it matters, no one would know. What I originally wanted to do was put the pink little bit up the top, which is what they've got here. I've used the same colours as what they've got, but I've swapped out the yellow for the purple posy, because I'm kind of a pink purple kind of girl. Now I'm going to put that just over there. So I'll show you how this one, oops, I need the supplies, don't I? Show you how this one was created. Put my envelope there. And I've actually popped mine on. They've used a card, note card. I'm not using a note card. I'm popping mine onto, because I found that easier. It's easier to cut off the edges and so forth if you're doing it on something that you're then going to mount onto something else. Now where's my card? I was just going to have a point where I started with this. I'm going to put this up the other way so that I can see where I'm going, and use my lines on here to put that there. Doesn't matter if it's not exactly right, but I do want to start off with something that's straight, so that then everything else will be straight, hopefully. Just using my Tombow, so I might actually put that, as long as I can still see the lines on there, on here. long as I've got that straight. I might pull that down a little bit. Meantime, my glue is going to dry, isn't it? I just wanted that on there so I didn't get glue stuck all over the... Can I see the other? Oh yeah, there, can see that. Then I'm just going to trim off the edges when I'm done. So then the rest of them, my glue comes out. Should be easier to line up. Purple one. Got a little tiny blue one. Some of these edges are a bit ratty. This was, I hadn't changed my trimmer blade after I'd done the paper shares, so that's why that's happening. Oh yeah, that's right. And one of these jade ones is for the, got a little bit of glue sticking up there, but never mind, we'll get that off with something or other. A little bit of paper, and I've thrown out, oh no, got a little bit of paper here. I've thrown out all my bits in the bin, and this one's, oh, so this is, I'm using Balmy Blue, I think that was Balmy Blue, yep. So Blushing Bride, Purple Posy, Balmy Blue, Just Jade, and this one is an old favourite, Pool Party. So if you ever want to know how to do something, just let me know. So I don't know that the sample recipes, I'll try and figure out, I don't know if you can share them. We are allowed to share them, but I should qualify that. I don't know if I know how to share them. So for my first one, I didn't actually mask here. I was being lazy and I just went with the flow and I didn't mask along there, but this time I thought, just being lazy, just because I found I had to in the end, so I thought, oh, why didn't I do that to start off with? And also with this one, you'll see in a minute, I had to actually do some stamp surgery on this one because I had sometimes they're not cut quite right. Now I could have sent it back and got it replaced, but I found it just as easy to just trim that off a little, because sometimes they're not cut in the centre, and if you have all that edge there, that's where your ink gathers and that's where you get what we call burning. So that's why you'll see that my stamp looks a bit funny. All right, so now with our razzleberry, do the leaves first, hoping I don't mess up. I did find it a little bit tricky to, no, that's stamping okay today. It wasn't stamping okay for me the other day, probably because I was pressing a bit hard. And then I was getting the burn, and then trying not to press too hard because of the burning. Yeah, it's not quite a good image, but anyway, you get the idea. And this one doesn't really matter, just go randomly. I'm just following what I'd already done because it's easier, I don't have to think. And one coming down here. Could even have that coming off, couldn't I? Just probably put a little bit more pressure on where the join is. That one was better. And yeah, we'll do that. Just hold it there for a couple of secs. That might be enough with the leaf. I'm knocking everything around. And then we'll go with our little kind of viney type stamp. Not sure whether this is going to play up with me or not. No, it's fine. So we can actually go off the edge. Just putting a little bit more pressure where the sticky note is. Okay, so come in here, off the edge here, and again putting a little bit. You may need to clean your stamp in between. If you get some burning, as we call it, which is an edge around the stamp. And come down here a little bit. Some more pressure there where the join is. That's what I mean by burning. So we might put our little decoration there. Can you see there where it's... Hi Sharon, hi Margaret, nice of you to join me. You can see what I mean, and you can see what I mean there. I think I need to trim this stamp as well. So I'm just going to give that a clean. Hope you can see all right, girls. I don't know whether I think I may have had a trim of that. So we're just going to... So if you get that, now I should have dried that better. We'll go, because that's not quite on the edge. I've got to be careful where I go there because I was too lazy to make it fit the edge. Probably should have sent this one back actually, not sure. Still not sure. I'll have one coming in here as well. Oh, I'm sorry, this is the, where's the case for it? Oh, here. This is the Lovely You stamp set, which goes with the Duo Punch, I'm pretty sure. Should have checked on that. I knew all that the other day when I did it. So now it can take our post-it notes away. Carefully. And we're left with this. And we'll flip that over. Just trim off our bits. Use your trimmer for this. Now that's why I use my mat, because I've got sticky all over the place here. But because it's going to be sticky, I'd prefer to just use my scissors than gum up my trimmer. Done. Now I want that way this time. I've got a little bit of glue there, I've got to be careful there. Now we want to stamp our greeting. We want to stamp that, which one was it? This one. Did have a go before and it was straight, so fingers crossed I get it straight this time as well. Love is what makes us family. Sure does, doesn't it? Beautiful. Now, see if I can do the same thing on here. Not too bad. Then, this is what we need the punch for. As we're going to, when I hold my mouth right, I've got that too long. It's not going to slide in there if it's too long, is it? I just left it the same length as the other. And I'll just chop that off. Chop this end off while I'm going. Now we should be able to feed that in there. It was working before, now it's not. Ah, got it. All right, and just do it the length that you want. Discard that bit. Do the same thing with this one. So I've got some green ink on there. Who put that there, I wonder? But it's, oh, but there's more. We need this beautiful. Now you guys that got the shares would have this beautiful stuff. What I normally do, as you girls that come to classes, normally when we normally have classes, I put some snail on the back, and then I just, where are we? It goes with, I'm pretty sure it goes with the greenery. It goes with the greenery or the, I think I should have had that wider, or the fernery one, or oh goodness, or the jars. I'm not sure. I think it's the fernery one, the leafy one, I think. And you can pinch it in the middle. You can do whatever you like. There. And just see if you're happy with that. I think that looks pretty good. We'll grab some dimensionals for the back. Get that out of the way. And when I use, stuck to my fingers, when I use sort of ribbon or twine or something like that, I have started putting a bit of wet glue on there, multi-purpose glue on there as well, just to make sure it won't come off, because sometimes the twine or the ribbon, oops, stuck to my fingers and then I nearly flipped it. Now I want it up that way. Sometimes it interferes with the sticky that you've got on there. So sort of position that kind of in the middle, sort of kinda. There we go. Then back so I'll find them when I need them next. And we want, you'll notice I'm using my snail because I want to use that up. This is the new seal and I like it. I've just tried it. I like it. But I want to use, I'll keep using my snail until that's all gone. Whoops, something's stuck on there. And I've actually got the card up the right way that I meant to have it. No right or wrong, but I meant to have it up this way. That's what. And then I'm just using up, you can use whatever you like. You could use the gold, you could use lots of things here, but I just thought I would use up some of these. I don't even know if they're current, but you know what? I'm using up what I've got. Where did that go? Nowhere. And I'll just copy off my other one because it's easier. I don't have to think about, well, actually I'm not going to copy because that one there can go where I burnt the stamp. There. We might have 5 on here. Okay, now all that's left is to do the centre and the envelope. I think I just did some random leaves. Actually, I might do the leaves in jade just to be a bit different. I didn't do them in jade on my other one. I did them in raspberry. Do the same on the envelope. Haven't got anything. That looks like glue there. We'll get that off later. it. Now, snail. Didn't put it away, did I? No, found where it was. So I'm going to have those leaves up the top. And there's our cute little card. What do you think? Put that over there for a second. Now I've got another one. This one's cased from this one here. Quite simple, but I just wanted to show the effect of the punch. And I'll have to get my tongue around the right way to do that. I had trouble the other day, but it does work. And once you know what you're doing. But again, I'm not a yellow person, so I haven't done a yellow one. I've done a blue, and I've got to remember to stamp off with this blue. I might do the punch bit first, just in case I mess it up. This one wasn't as easy as what it might look. You look and you think, oh yeah, that looks easy, and then when you come to do it, you think, not that easy. So probably because I changed the colours too. So actually might do is punch that out of there first. We don't normally punch out before we stamp, but in this case I want to make sure I'm centered, so I wanted to make sure I was in the same orientation. And then if I do it down here, can see where I'm going? I only have to punch off one edge. Could have left that open, I guess. Now, this is a little bit tricky. Just have to hold your mouth right. Might do better if I go this way. Kind of have to. Thanks, Sharon. Glad you like it. And pretty simple too, hey? Now, this little beggar will go in here. We'll be all good. As I said, it's a little fiddly, but if you like your punches and you want something portable, instead of having to take all your dies and your big shot, which won't be a problem when we get our little tiny machine, will it? We can take our little ones and our little machine. Come on, play ball. That green on there is bothering me. Not that that's affecting the way it's punched. I told you I struggled, and I've only done this once, but it is possible. Just took me a little bit of coaxing it to get in there. Should have done one earlier so that I didn't have to struggle and do this. Did I put it in from the side? Oh, actually, could I do that? No, it'll be the other. Maybe I could do that, could I? If I do that, not sure if it'd work if I did it like that. Probably would, because it'd be simpler than me trying to struggle with this. But looky, I've got it. So you know what? I'm going to punch while I've got it. I just don't want to punch that edge again though, if you know what I mean. Just bring it, come here. Bring it. There's probably an easier way to do this. Someone will tell me after I've struggled and done that. It wasn't too bad. It's just me. Take no notice of me. So there's our little now this was a little sentiment. This was a little tricky as well. Where to position the flowers. We had one up and one down. It was really hard to see where they were on the card, on the sample. So anyway, just had to go with it and just randomly do it. The same again, you don't want to burn your stamp, but this one's actually not too bad. Just check when you're stamping and you'll see, you can see a tiny bit there where it's picked up the ink on the edges. It'll be a bit of a problem. Now, I had that straight, I want to keep that straight, and I didn't care if I went over that. Oh, didn't quite stamp properly, never mind. Bit more pressure. If that ever happens and it bothers you, you can go over it if you've got the matching markers, you can go over it with the markers. This is Misty Moonlight, this blue. See, that's okay. Anyway, that might be where our sentiment goes actually, mightn't it? We might be all good there. Looks like I'm going to get another one in. And I went and did that again on there. I press down there without burning it. Yep. Yeah, so I'll be grabbing, I'll either put or the string might go over there. There's ways and means of covering things, isn't there? So there's that one, and then we'll go with the same one as we used before, but I have to stamp off. Must stamp off because I don't want it too strong. Okay, so I just went, but probably even get another one out of there, I reckon. One low, one high. One stamped off, one low, one high, one low, one high, stamp off, one low, one high. Now we need our string, is the next thing we need. This twine was also in one of the ribbon bundles, and I can't remember which one. I should know all these things. I do. If you look in your book, you'll find it, girls. This was a bit of an impromptu jump on now while I can sort of thing, so I didn't actually get all that information written down for you guys. I went around 3 times. I think 2's enough though. You guys that did the share, you'll have all these ribbons. Used any of your stuff yet, Sharon? I bet you have. I'll chop that off. Don't worry, we're going to make it straight. I've got that little piece there. And just a little tip, if you're ever wary of your string or whatever not being tight enough, as long as you've got a matte piece, I've told my girls this in class, you can pop glue dot and pull it tight, pop a glue dot there, pull it tight here, pop a glue dot under there, and then see the slack you've got there, that takes up along the back. Some people are clever and they can do it tighter, but I prefer to do that when I can. It's a bit, you can't really do that if you're not having something on the back, of course. Now put our little sentiment there. I might do some little dimensionals either side, I think, of the twine, because it probably won't stick over the top. There's where you need your pick tool, don't you? And I might put some glue over there as well. But I put that in up the wrong way. Maybe I did, because it's not coming out. Come on. Away so I can see where I put it. It was just about here. And I've got my Misty Moonlight base all ready to go. Pop my snail on the back of this. Even put your snail over your ribbon, over your twine too, just to reinforce that you don't want it to go anywhere. Now the same sequins, whatever you call them, on here. Looks like I've used both, the circle ones and the flower. Well, I think on this one I'm going to use the flower ones, seeing as it's a pretty card. Some cards you can't use flowers on, so I'm going to use up the flowers on here. Use up this one sheet and then I can throw that out, can't I? Be a smart idea. You can fill in the empty space with a bit of, you could do other stamping, but I quite like a clean and simple card. I might actually, because we've got to have 5, we can't have 4, we might actually go here, put that over there, then I don't have to use my pen to 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, well, maybe we could have another couple. Do maybe that. And then, yeah, maybe there. Might have gone a bit overboard, but never mind. They say less is more. Now for this one, what have we got? It's my ribbon scissors. We might just do those leafy things in the corner too. So we'll do full strength, then stamp off and stamp off. Keep it simple. Same here. Oh, I've got blue on my fingers. Someone's going to have a blue mark on the envelope, aren't they? But we're not going to worry about that. Snail. Excuse me. Now, okay. That one's pretty much the same as that one. So let's pop a few things away here. So we've got this one and this one. And we've used the postage stamp punch And I've got an admission to make. This isn't even mine. This is Rhonda's. And I wanted to give it back to her. So I had to use it, didn't I? It was originally going to be Friday nights, but the power outage nailed that one, didn't it? So, yeah, there we go. Almost did the Southern Cross. Yeah, I did, didn't I? Oh, you have trouble with that too, Belinda. Yes, probably made it look harder than it was. Thanks, Myrtle. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I'll try and be back Friday night as long as all is well and we don't have a power outage again. Thanks for joining, everyone. That's it for today. Bye-bye.